Chibai ule voina chuan class 7 social science are pass part 2 chapter 3 Delhi 12th to 15th century kan zir le do na ni adot le chuan a closer look more administration consolidation under the Khaljis and Tugluks engting Khaljis le Tugluk so nuaya khan administration ram in rel bol dante anlal ram hun khata siama engting an ram in rel bol dante kha kanen chin do na ni. For consolidation of a vast kingdom, the Sultanate needed reliable governors and administrators. An ramzau taka khan felfai taka rorel thei tur chuan Sultanate ho khan mo Sultan so khan governor in tlak tak tak te mo rorel turin tlak tak tak te khan mamoni chuwang chuan rather than appointing aristocrats mo million sa ho khatiang ho le heta chieftain so khatiang an rama chieftain lo ni chief lo ni mun sang sang chief lo ni te khatiang ho ruat ai chuan the sultans favored their special slaves purchased for military service bandagan in Persian for this post million tak tak aristocrats te mo aramalo sa landed chieftains te khatiang tamhan ai khan sultan so kha chuan an sal mo sal an lei military service sipayata na sal an lei ho kha an thang zo kani mo enge bandagan an tia khang ho salan lei sipayata na salan lei ho kha Persian tong chuan bandagan an tia ni khang ho kha sultan so kha chuan an thang ta tat me ni. These slaves were carefully trained to man some of the most important posts in the kingdom. Khang an sallei sipayata na an sallei khang ho kha sultan so khan training that tak khan peta chu ta chuan an ramaro rel na mun poi mo tak tak post kha an chel ta ni. Since bandagan solely depended on their master, the sultan could trust and rely upon them. Bandagan kan ti chu sal sipayata nan le kan ti to kha bandagan chu Persian chongani bandagan so kha an rin mem na chan chu I an lal lo kha chu bel tur dang an nei lo lal kha an bel tur nei chun ani alaka khan an rin em thin ani chu wang chuan sultan te lal te po khan bandagan so kha an ding em thin ani. The Khaljis and Tugluks continued to use bandagans and also raise people of humble birth who were often their clients to high political positions. Khaljis le Tugluks makan Iltutmish khan heng bandagan stay a ring meya mo chumi chu Iltutmish style kan ti men chu Iltutmish ro rel dan ron la chong khan Khaljis le Tugluk so po khan bandagan khan ron ring chho ve zel ta ni chuan they were appointed as generals and governors. General ate governor ate khatianga khan khang bandagan slaves kan ti hote emo I nam noi nung tak tak atanga rom piang ho kha an cherlian thin ta chung ho chu general ate amo governor ate mang thin ta ni zia chu an lal ram kha alian mo sultan lal ram kha alian heta tanga he ta vakon thil va control te he la emi va control te ka hara chu wang chuan an lal ho khan an ai oin heng ho mun sang sang an lal ram mun sang sang khan governor te general tur te khan bandagan so khan mang thin tinani chu However, this also introduced an element of political instability. Slaves and clients were loyal to their masters and patrons but not to their heirs. New sultans had their own servants. Mase khang ho bandagans kan ti ho khan man reng kha enge thatlo na mo enge thatlo na kan ti chuan an ramin rel bola khan thil fel lo kha aron thlen thin ani a chan chu khang ho kha bandagan so kha an pu te an lal te laka chau khan an rin noma mo an lal fa te an lal ram ron chu ro chun tu te laka kha chun an rin ve ta lo ni chuan khatianga an lal ten thia an fa ten lal na an ron chan chia khan bandagan kha athar khan ron nei le thin ani lal thar te khan bandagan thar kha chu ta chia chuan the accession of a new monarch often saw conflict between the old and new nobility khatianga lal tharan rom nei che kan banda kan hlui le athar inkara kan buaina a om thina kha khan an ram ro rel kha angong thina ni. The authors of Persian Tawarikh criticized the Delhi Sultans for appointing the law and base-born to high offices. Tawarikh ziak tu te khan Delhi Sultan so kha an soi sel na chu khatiang ro rel na hun sang lalram lian lu tu ka ro rel na hun sang a office sel tura khatiang min huai nung lu tuk an ruat thin kha lal te kha an demani. Like the earlier sultans, the Khalji and Tughlaq monarchs appointed Tughlaq monarchs appointed military commanders as governors or of territories of varying size. Apmami ang kan sultan mami tiang tho khan Khaljis le Tughlaq ho khan military commander mo sipai commander ho kha governor tan khan an ruat thin ani hei an lal ramanita an lal ramalian em an lal ram hun sang sanga tian I territory sang oma mo kangau khalal khan ava en kol vek seng lo ni chuwang chon heng lal ram sang peng sang en kol tur khan military commander khan mang thin ta ni chuan khang an lal ram en kol ho kha ikta an tia mo heng ho ikta ni ta ni he ta an lal ram chunga lal ram peng sang ho kha ikta ni ta khang ho en kol tu kha iktadar emo mukti an tile thin ni mo iktadar le mukti chu heng sipai commander te kha ikta chu enge an ram en kol kha ikta ni a en kol tu kha iktadar mo mukti an ya chung ta chu sipai commander te kha ni duties of mukti enge duty nei mukti chuan to lead military campaigns sipai te na ramlak kha mukti duty chu ni ati turte mo ati tur pakhat jing ti turte jinga pakhat chu sipai manga ramlak mo to lead military campaigns maintain law and order in their iktas an kho en kol chunga I dan le thupeken ko kha mukti te duty pakhat le chu ni in exchange for their military services the muktis collected revenue of their assignments as salary khang an nathwa wang khan I mukti ho khan mo sipai commander ho khan an ram en kolatang khan chia khan la thina ni chu an hlo ani boka chumi ba ka chuan they also paid their soldiers from this revenue an chia khona tang khan an mani hlo le an sipai te hlo kha an pe thin ta ni chuan mukti te po kha an duang khan an lal thei me lo ni mo accountants were appointed by the state to check the amount of revenue collected by the muktis so khan an rungot theilo ni mo achan chu accountant mo khatiang an mani lo vil tu tur kha an lal te khan an dale thapani engzat nge he hian chia la kha chumi chu engzang nge manang khatiang zong lo vong fel tur khan an lal te khan accountant kha an da thap me ni care was taken that the mukti collected only the taxes prescribed by the state and that he kept the required number of soldiers mukti kan ti sipai commander ho khan revenue chuang liam kha mo tax chia chuang liam kha an khon lo ti khan en fia thapa chumi ba ka chuan sipai ngai zat kha an nei rengem lalin sipai ngai zat lo soi thut ta se pek turan nei rengem ti the thleng khan an mukti ho rel dang kha an en thlave reng ani chu Hey Delhi Sultanate Zautur Zia Chukantria Delhi Oma ta hen Oma he ta nang control no ta te west ta te central India south mo he lama lan ni boka chuwang chuan Delhi Sultan so khan khatiang mukti ho kha an mamo ema mukti fel tak an mamo rin tak te khan mamo thina ni apa salama kan soi to an ram zo na an thor tan tir khan in Delhi Sultans te khan hinterland so khan lama sa kan ti kha khang hinterland san la ka tang khan as the Delhi Sultans brought the hinterlands of the city under their control the right of the local chieftains to levy taxes were cancelled and they were also forced to pay taxes hinterland sa an shoi tu mo an chief ho kha the local chieftains ho local chieftains ho ina chian lak thin te kha an ti top saka chumi meiba ka chuan khang chief ho lo hinterland sa chief lo an khoshuai tu te mo khate ang ho chi ho po kha chia kha an laka khan an lave to ta ni sultan so khan. Some of the old chieftains and landlords served the sultanate as revenue collectors and assessors. Khang ho ama hinterland sa mo chieftains lo ni te mo chief lo ni te ram nei tu te po khan sultan so tang khan na an thok to chu ta chuan enge an thok an ti chuan chia khon le ram en dik te mo an thlai thar en dik te kha khang na kha sultan stang khan an lo thok ve to ni ti chuan khang ram ho khan chia kha chi thum man khona mo there were 3 types of taxes. Apakhat na chuan on cultivation called kharaj and amounting to 50% of the present's produce. An thlai thar atanga za asom nga mo about 50%. An thlai thar zong atanga za asom nga loi kha lalne na khan an pek ngai ni chumi ba ka chuan an ran vula tangte mo chumi lo le a chuan an in chia kha om boka heng chia chi thum mo an thil thara tangte an ran vula tangte le an in chia te kha sultan ne na khan an pek ve ngai ni. It was difficult to control these 10 provinces like Bengal from Delhi, and soon after annexing southern India, the entire region became independent. And tina na ma khan map kha kan en to thawa mo he ta Delhi atang he la Bengal oma Bengal va control de kha harani chu wang chon Delhi sultanate tho khan he lam ram khan la kan ti kha southern India sipai na nan zukal chukan ti kha khatiang ani nu kha chuan he lai Bengal ho kha an lo vil reng man to si lawa mo khatiang awang khan khanga khan Bengal vela che vela an ram te kha mo Delhi sultanate la ka khan an loin enge independence khan lo puang ve ni. Even in the Gangetic plain there were forested areas that the sultanate forces could not penetrate. Local chieftains established their rule in the regions. Gangetic plains kan tiate mo Helang Ganga le Yamuna ten luang helai vela po khan enge mun forest pik do paltlang mai thei lo sipai te ne na po paltlang ol sam lo do kha omani khang ho ram te po kha changin han la thin ma se sultan so khan duangin khalaya khan ron varel thelo enge chan kan ti chuan forest te kha apik lu tu ka du hun ap kaltlang theilowa mo thingkung te tama sipai ne na vakal te ka hau taka chuwang chong khang lai raman lak te po kha duangin ang control theilowa atopa chuan khang laia lal lo om sa emo an hruai tu lo om sa te khan khalaya khan enge lal na khan lo chang le thin ni chuwang chuan Delhi sultanate tang khang control rangan harani chu. Mongol attacks on Delhi Sultanate increased during the reign of Alauddin Khalji. Alauddin Khalji alal hun lai tang khan Mongol so khan India khan non run ta me ni chu hun lai chu 1299 mokum sang khan jani som ko pakwa bor vela tangin, and in the early years of Muhammad Tughlaq's rule. Alauddin Khalji laltan tira tanga Muhammad Tughlaq laltan tirve sang kan Mongol so khan India kharon runan chinga mo. This forced the two rulers to mobilize a large standing army in Delhi, which posed a huge administrative Mongol sin non run ta ka chuan Alauddin Khalji le Muhammad Tughlaq ate khan lo thei lowin sipai tam tak an nei kha ngai ta mo engtinge khang Mongol invasion kha an lal pani khan engtinge an lo ma chon ti kan en don ani ama sa zo ka chon Alauddin Khalji hian mo Alauddin Khalji hian engtinge malak. Delhi was attacked twice in 1299 to 1300 and 1302 to 03. Delhi kha Alauddin Khalji lai khan voi ni kha Mongol sabina ron be ni mo. As a defensive measure, Alauddin Khalji raised a large standing army. Chumia wang chuan voi ni rom beita ama alawin enge defend nan mo alawin ven him nan Alauddin Khalji khan isipai tam takha alata din mo army kha din tani Muhammad Tughlaq kan engting lo ti ve mo Muhammad Tughlaq pon po kha Mongol so khan an lo beya ama ero chu Mongol so khan alo ne ani mo chuan a nu le zela a inven nan ani pon he also raised a large standing army lian pui kha mo army me sipai tam tak kha ani pha ve ta ni ma lo inven nang khan chuan Alauddin Khaljia kan le lenga Alauddin constructed a new garrison town named Sri for his soldiers garrison town chu kan soi to kha in ram khwa kulina hualvel sipai omna kha mo khang kha adin thar sakani sipai te tan khan Alauddin Khaljia chuan Amay Rochu Muhammad Tughlaq Athung Khachuan rather than constructing a new garrison town, all garrison towns were emptied on its residents and the soldiers garrisoned there. Muhammad Tughlaq Athung Khachuan garrison town thar salo khan alo omsa kha mo alo omsa garrison town omsa mi pui ho kha at not chuaka mundanga ason pheya daula tabat lama tichuan khang mun ruaka khan asipai te kha avo omtir ni Alauddin Khaljia chuan the soldiers were fed through the produce collected as tax from lands between the Ganga and Yamuna. Tax was fixed at 50% of the peasants' yield. And tinga asipai te achom mo asipai te achom dan chu Ganga Yamuna huna heta Gangetic plain te kan soi to kha mo Delhi bula khan khata khan Ganga Yamuna bula I lo nei tu te thil thara tang khan chia alata 50% of the peasants will kun na tok tu ten an thlai thar zong atanga za somnga kha Alauddin Khalji hena henan pe a chung chu sipai khan an lo ring ta ni produce and Muhammad Tughlaq ave thung chuan tinga ti kan nang produce from the same area was collected as tax to feed the army. The Sultan levied additional taxes. This coincided with famine in the area. Muhammad Tughlaq apo khan khami mun thawa tang khan chia kha la ve thawani te chuan chumi ba ka chuan chia dang kha a choi bel tir le a chu ta chuan khami a chia choi bel tir chia bok si le I tram ta chia ne khan tram kha lo tla ve chia bok si ne khan mi pui khan an tur te me ni mo Muhammad Tughlaq a hun lai ka chuan Alauddin Khaljia nge ti kan en leang soldiers were paid in cash rather than iktas soldiers bought their supplies from the merchants in Delhi. He controlled the prices and punished those merchants who sold their supplies at higher rates than the prescribed rates. Alauddin Khaljia chuan sipai ho kha poisa in lo apeni iktas ni lawin mo iktas chu raman in kol thin kha kan soi to kha ikta dar ti te iktas ti te khatiang ni lo khan poisa in a pe a ni chuan a sipai ho khan Delhi atang khan sumdong ne na tangin an chak te khan wala thina mo an ma mo ten la thina chumi ba ka chuan Alauddin Khaljia khan thilman kha control vek mai ni I sipai te nan dun ti wang khan sumdong ho khan an ti to ngot theilo khatianga sipai te thil du emo thil shrim aman Alauddin Khaljian aman a fix tol aya tawalo zuar kha chu a shrem mak mai ni te chuan Muhammad Tughlaq an engting ma lo lak vek an leng Muhammad Tughlaq also paid his soldiers cash salaries, but instead of controlling prices, he used a token currency. People did not trust these coins. They paid all their tax. Their tax using this token currency. Typing mistake on me. This token currency could also be counterfeited easily. Muhammad Tughlaq apo khan a sipai te hlo kha poisa in pe ve tho ni ma se token angin mo ni hetia poisa alem siam le ol sam takang khana pe thina khang kha a hlut na te me ni a thir ta kha tloma chuwang chuan khang poisa soldiers ho hlo aptana apek ho kha I khati khan mi khan an lo da sha chara gold te silver te ai khan an chia pek nan ten mang ta dei me ni chuan chumi ba ka chuan khang poisa token currency ati asiam chu ho kha alem siam ol me ya kha wang khan mi problem na sa takin an ma chon ta ni adot le chuan Alauddin Khaljia mo his administrative measures were quite successful and he successfully withstood the threat of Mongol invasions amalak dan te kha athat awang khan mo I omze nei taka ma ala ka wang khan Alauddin Khalji kha chuan arama an Mongol invasion tur kha Mongol sauron lut tur te kha alo dang thei ani chu Muhammad Tugluk ve thung in tinge his administrative measures were a failure mo ain real boldan a sipai real boldan te sumdon na real boldan te a khatiang zong kha a fail vekani his campaigns into Kashmir was a disaster mo Kashmir lama ram zauna han tidona amero chu hlo chamani he disbanded his large army a sipai tam takha atitopa mo the shifting of people was resented heta atira garrison town thar salwa mi pui omna mi pui te anomna tanga no chua ringot te kha mo an thin rim ni the raising of taxes and famine led to widespread rebellion chia lak ati san ba ka cha maron tlave boka khamia wang khan mi pui khan lung oi lawa an hel ta bokani the token currency had to be recalled a token currency ti chuapo khati top te kha an recall le ringotani khati anga wang khan ma se Muhammad Tugluk hi a huai sen ne mem chu I Mongol so khan be khatum ve tlat me ni mo loin defend ringot loin han be na I tumna ril ru khan ni ve tlat me ni tu ta chuan heta heng kan zirang khan tunge hlo tling zo ka tunge hlo cham zok chu kan thei ome the Sultanate in the 15th and 16th centuries. The Delhi Sultanate ruled until 1526. Mo kumsang khatzanga somni parukhyang Delhi Sultan so khan rawan relani. Many independent states emerged in many parts of the subcontinent who established flourishing states and prosperous capitals. 1526 theng an lal nu khan I state tam tak I lalram tam tak khan ron chuak alian vaklo te po amero chu khang ho kha ram ho satak tak ten ron ni chawani emergence of new ruling groups like Afghans and Rajputs Delhi Sultan sawan an lal na top nu khan lal thar ten lo piang Afghans te mo Rajputs ho te khan mun poi mo tak khan ron lua chho ve tan ta ni Sher Shah captured Delhi from Humayun and established his own dynasty Sher Shah Khan heta Delhi ya Humayun khalalani lalania Delhi lal khatatang khan Humayun la katang khan Delhi kha avala ti chuan a dynasty Suri dynasty kha adin chhotani amaro chu Suri dynasty khan kum som panga chung che kharwan relani mo hemikum 1540 to 1555 thleng che hian rowan relani Suri dynasty khan chutia chuan eng anro re hun chung khan enge lo thleng mo enge thilan ti danglam it introduced an administration that borrowed elements from Alauddin Khalji and made them more efficient Sher Shah Suri Khan Sher Shah Khan Aramro Relna Khan Alauddin Khalji ti dan tam taka thalai kha akopia chumi mai ba ka chuan a siam that ngai lai te siam tha mo alaram kha ni so tak khan en koltani alaram kha a dynasty mo an tha te zel ne nan ro rel na ko kum som panga chau dai ma se Sher Shah in rel bol dan kha he ta nakina lal ro pui tak Akbar te po khan an ron en to na Sher Shah ti dan zel khatiang ang chi aram en kol dan ang chi te khan mo khatiang kha anon en kol anon chun som chhota ni ti khan chapter 3 chukan zo le ta in textbook uluk dewin in lo chiar le anga hria thiam lo lai in ne chu ka lesson ka explain na tang te hin du le in lo en le theidon ani le lo me